What the heck? There we go. Ugh. Hi, Nicholas. You are first. How you doing? I'm removing my nail polish. You know me, multitasker extraordinaire. Do you like my get up? Is it extra or what? This is what I wore when I went out a little bit ago. I had to run and grab some things, to grab myself dinner because I didn't really eat today. Like, I had a little something kind of in the morning, but yeah, so that was interesting. I came upon some of the Palestinian support rallies that I don't want to say where, but they're happening everywhere at the universities and such. And there was one happening as I went on my little excursion today. So it's interesting to come across, but I was like, "Ooh, should I go in there and see what's going on?" I was like, "Come on, don't do this to yourself. just go about your merry way, and put your head down." Everyone's just so, I don't know, emotionally escalated. It's hard, and I probably am too if I think about it. So, but then again, it's like, oh, this is something happening, but I really need to, I mean, more than anything, just prioritize my own peace. I spent a lot of years at war, being in that kind of warrior mindset and having that kind of embattled mindset that it's just like now I'm so over it. I'm so done with this like being off to war mentality and thinking about life in those terms. It's really destructive, Class war, culture wars, all of it. Happy May Day. More people come on, we can go into that again. But I might as well just start going. Chaos and order. Chaos and order. The two polarities of chaos and order. I want to be on the side of order, but I wonder, I wonder if I have it in me. I mean, for the most part, I do. There's a certain order to things naturally, but I've been thinking about it in my own life with my own schedule and everything. And I'm like, kind of trying to figure out how can I make this just better? How can I develop a schedule and pattern, of a routine that's going to be like the most efficient? And how do I keep myself on it? Because, I think maybe too, maybe I'm also just too hard on myself. I think that's part of it too. Because I look at myself and I'm like, dang, you're doing this, that, and the third, and you're just really like kind of incredible. But I still, I look at myself and things and I think, ugh, why can't it be more ordered? Why can't it be simpler to be ordered? Why does it have to feel like this constant pull, I don't know, toward chaos, I guess. Just managing everything. I don't know if this makes sense to people what I'm talking about. I'm just kind of going off about things generally, nothing in specific. I think it happens in different parts of life naturally from different times, where chaos tries to get the upper hand or it does get the upper hand and you know while we're also trying to maintain and balance things and just trying to figure out how to do it all while also uh, having fun, I guess. Having fun, having my little thrills met. Mm, mm. I did get some bubble tea when I went out. Okay, here's the proof. Bubble tea. And this bubble tea is so good. The way this place makes it, it's just the boba is really soft. And it was even warm today. Like they just made it. You could tell. The last couple times I've gotten boba, I've been blessed because the boba was like warm, just made, like fresh. You love boba too? Yes, yes, Kiara. If we hang out, we know what we're doing. Because I don't know, I'm so about the boba, and I'm always like kind of being like boba to people, kind of like trying to be suggestive, but not everybody's down for it. Why isn't everyone down for it? It's the best. It's better than coffee. I mean, sometimes coffee takes precedence in my life just because I'm a caffeine addict, but like any other time, why wouldn't you want boba? Like of any treat you could get, it's such a good treat. Mm. Mm. But yeah, the way this place does it is just like, mm, their boba is like extra soft and yeah, it is. It's a drink and a snack in one. Hmm. Boba, I love it. This is just a plain milk tea flavor. It's nice. Mm. Mm. Yeah, today's been chaotic. It's been chaotic in a quiet way. I think that sometimes is my kind of style. Like in general, that's kind of like my life. Okay, chaotic in a quiet way, in a respectable way. I try to be as respectable with my chaos as possible. Goodness. Doing my nails at the same time in typical quiet chaos style. And I just realized I have a new file I got to like kind of polish my nails. And they're kind of still, I don't know, they're being interesting. My nails are being interesting. I'm wondering if I should, what I should do with them exactly next. Because it's a process and they are so long. It's kind of fascinating to me how long they are. And they've gotten to the point where now I'm getting comfortable having them and they're really strong. So for a while they were feeling like an encumberment, but now I'm kind of mastering them. Like, and that's a cool feeling. So I keep having this like urge to be like, okay, maybe cut them soon. And, but then I'm also just kind of like really impressed with how I've been keeping them up and working with them. I had a friend visit from out of town. She's from here, but she moved to Idaho a couple of years ago, and we stay in touch. Like I love this girl. Like she's just there's a lot of we share a lot of history together. We work together. We actually work friends. We work together really closely for a long time. So it's a deep relationship you kind of form with someone. She's really like, just a pretty sweet girl. So she moved out there, so I don't see her like I used to. And yeah, she was in town, and we went to get coffee like in the morning, and like we actually went over to where we used to work because that shop's been closed a long time. But we kind of went over there and explored the old neighborhood and kind of like reminisced a little bit and caught up with how things are looking over there. It's amazing, like kind of looking at the deterioration of the downtown kind of over the years, because we were working together in like the Audis and yeah, we started working together in like 2007, maybe 2008. Yeah, it wouldn't have been 2007. It would have been like 2008. So long time. And at that time, the neighborhood was bustling. Like there were people everywhere all the time. It was super busy. Um, and there were like all these different businesses. And we were just like reminiscing about like the people we knew that worked in the neighborhood and, what happened to them. But it's been deteriorating a long time. I kind of realized that, COVID just kind of like sealed the deal on a lot of places. That pandemic thing that we lived through really kind of just made things impossible. But it was on the decline for a long time. There were so many storefronts that were, had been dead like long before that happened. Just kind of walking through and remembering what things were like and comparing it to now and checking out the change and, it was just interesting reminiscing with a friend. But yeah, she had commented on, I brought her up because she had commented on my nails. Like I was just reminded of her because she was like kind of in awe of them. I mean, who wouldn't be, right? Because she's got kind of, I just don't think she grows, her nails don't grow easily. And she's like very hands-on anyway. She does a lot of things with her hands. She's been repairing and like fixing up her home and stuff like herself. So she kind of uses her hands a lot. She's very hands-on. So she has short nails. She does paint them though. She had them like manicured and everything with a nice gel manicure, plastic. Cool color. She always picks the best colors too. I think that about her. Like she goes for colors I wouldn't go for. I'm kind of safe like in my choices. I don't tend to like splash out on like those really kind of exciting colors, and she's like totally about that. Like she's like, oh, we're like a bright purple or like a teal or like cerulean. Her nails were cerulean like blue, and it was like nice. It looked nice, but it's also like something I would never grab. Like I would never like see that color and be like, yeah, me. I'm like reds, nudes, browns, maybe pink. Do I have anything? I guess I do have like earth tones. I do have a like olive green. Do them olive green? I don't know. Yeah, she was remarking about how like I had long nails even back in the day, like when we worked together. And this was when I was a barista. So even working as a barista, and we always had our hands in like really rough chemicals, But even then, I grew pretty long nails easily. So it's just something I guess is easier for some people than others. I guess that's life, We all have different makeup. We're made of the same stuff, but like it doesn't always come out the same way, I think, Oh well. I think too, I have pretty thick hair. I think it's probably connected, like thick hair, thick nails. But yeah, I'm pretty amazed by them, just kind of looking at them, like how they've gotten and how I was having, at first when they were growing out, typing was more difficult, but now it's become easier again because I can just type with my nails now. Like that's how strong they are. I'm able to like push things down with them. Like I can use them to do things. It's kind of interesting. I was like, okay. I figured out a new way to do things. And it's kind of nice. And I don't know, it feels kind of like I have a extension or something. Oh, I'm going to talk about my nails. Chaos and order. I guess that's another chaos and order, though, thinking about like the deterioration of like this whole section of downtown that I used to work in. And like thinking about all the people who used to like live and work around there and like, where are they now? All those businesses that came and went. It was heavy. It was like sweet, but it was also kind of heavy going through and just remembering and thinking about all the things that have just gone and how like vibrant it was. I don't know. It was vibrant. I had this moment of like, am I romanticizing the past? That moment of like, wait, Terri, watch yourself. Are you romanticizing the past? I don't know. Things were. It's just it was more active. I mean, people were around. Things were bustling. But maybe it's not a bad thing. It's just, but I don't know. It kind of is because there's all these buildings that are just not getting any use and deteriorating because they're not being, people aren't living in them, they aren't working in them, they aren't using them. And like these places have been around for so long. I don't know. How can we and your mind just goes like, how can we repurpose this? Like how can this become something that is positive, that serves a purpose? We inherit all of this, like, what do we do with it? I don't know. How do we put it back in order? How do we bring some kind of order to it, some kind of use? I wonder. I don't have any answers. Just thoughts and feelings as I go about my day. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun to see her and just enjoy some things and reminisce. Yeah, next topic with the chaos and order. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes a little bit of chaos is good for things. Sometimes it's that special ingredient that makes everything come together. I guess it's like spice in life. A little bit of chaos to add some spice. What would it be without that little hit of something? But then it can become like this roller coaster where, you just invite it in so that you can feel something. And then you get addicted to that, being tugged back and forth and the thrill of it. And it's just really soul sucking and really detrimental to you, to be constantly thrilled, I guess. And then I look at myself and I'm just like, look at me and my little thrills. I need my little thrills too. I'm a little thrill addict, you know? When am I going to get comfortable with like being simple? It's a real gift, like to know how to be simple. And then I think, I am simple. That I like have that recognition, like, you're simple, Terry. Don't get above yourself. You're not living that grandly. But I too, I don't know. I'm aware of this like thrill seeking, this need for excitement, this need to be stimulated by life that's just holding me back. Hmm. I think that's it for what I have for this topic. I don't know who's watching, but hi. Hi, CJ O'Connell. How you doing? What's that picture in front of me? I think I've shared it before, but if you haven't seen it, it's my current piece that I'm working on. So it's just a drawing I'm working on. My latest kind of piece, I guess. I don't know what I think of it. I have mixed feelings about it. We'll see once it's done how I feel. Sometimes I wrap these things up well, I hate it. And then, the process is one of going through that balance of, I guess it's kind of a thrill. It's another thrill, my little drawings, my little thrill I get from my little drawings. Oh, my other little thrill. I do. I get a thrill from so much. I get a thrill from like dressing up and being like whatever extra, like what's going on? Don't try to get a thrill. He told me that when I called. He was like, watch those thrills. And I'm like, oh, dang. Dang. And I've been thinking about it, I've been like trying to watch the thrills, but I'm watching them and I'm like still subject to it. It's so easy to go unconscious and seek my thrill. But I also haven't decided to give it up either. My, or whatever these things that I look to for my thrills, like I don't want to give a lot of them up. I'm of two minds, I guess. I don't know. Thanks for processing this with me, guys. Shout out to the people here processing with me. Robbie and I pulled it. Yeah, I mean, hey. I was like, okay, it'll be a little bit extra when I go out. But then I was like, put on the hat. My mind was like, hey, put the hat on too. Like make it even more, I don't know. I gotta, yeah, put on the hat. Well, also like, I don't know, my hair, I was kind of like, it looks all right, but I haven't really styled it. I brushed it out and like I haven't really kind of set it in any way. So I'm just kind of letting it be. So I kind of just wanted to deal with that. I was like, I need something on my head. But yeah, I think there was a premonition today that I was going to put something on my head. I like to wear hats. I find a hat really pulls things together. And I can go without a hat. I have a lot lately, but at the same time, when I have a hat on, it's like I just feel complete. Looking like a chef. Baking some muffins. I better take off this coat before I start baking. That would not be a good idea. Need to put on an apron instead. Yeah, I'm going to be baking. I haven't baked in a while. I think the last time I baked, what did I bake? Oh, I made those disgusting. I made these brownies that did not turn out well. I was trying to substitute like applesauce for oil, but that was a bad idea. That was a really bad idea. Like, so anyway, yeah, it ended up being bad. It ended up being terrible. Congratulations, you tried. Thank you. Yeah. This hat is actually it's actually like a traditional Afghan men's hat. I don't know exactly what they're called. I saw they came up one day when I was looking at hats on like Amazon, and then I saw all these like photos of like male celebrities wearing similar hats. And I was like, okay, I had this feeling like, go for it. And I tell you, people love this hat. When I go out in this hat, like people recognize it's something about it. And it's interesting. I kind of think about it because it's such a patriarchal culture. And then I'm like culturally appropriating their like menswear. Like, dang, like what a subversive like statement piece it is. I think about it in like those terms as well. It's my bit of subversive fashion. I mean, actually, yeah, my outfit is pretty subversive if I think about it. Like the messaging, my appearance. I try to be like, a woman is a statement, you know? That's how I feel about it. Like when I go out into public, like I want to communicate something with how I appear. And I think women should do that generally. I mean, some don't, but like if you're conscious about yourself as a woman in any regard, I think you're mindful of like what you look like and what it's representing about you. And I kind of like, I have an edgy look. I do kind of go for that kind of like almost provocative, but also conservative. It's like, it's an interesting path that I weave with my fashion choices. Hi, Chris. You're playing with your guitar. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. good. I do not play any instruments. I have a drum. I used to get on here sometimes and drum on it, but I haven't played it in like forever. I should probably get it out. It would be nice to make some sound myself. I have like my drum and then I have a singing bowl. Very lovely. I love that singing bowl. It is just, it was meant to be mine. You don't know what you're doing? Okay, well, shoot, shoot. Yeah, I know. Stringing guitars is rough. But you got to figure out somehow, you know? I'm sure there's helpful people on YouTube. I couldn't show you though. I got rid of my guitar a long time ago. I was done. I did enjoy, like, I don't know, I did enjoy it for a long time. I had that guitar for a long time. It was sad when I sold it. I was like, goodbye. I'll miss you. Such a beautiful guitar. Uh, but I don't know. I can't play it anyway, so mm, my hands just don't work like that anymore. Which makes me admire like guitarists way more than, I mean, I've always admired like guitar players, but yeah, kind of when you lose some ability in, you know, your body, you start to appreciate people's physically more in ways that you wouldn't otherwise. But I did play guitar in high school. I took a guitar elective and practiced a bit, but I never got really good and I never kind of invested in any like personal lessons because the guitar class was good, but it was mostly just honestly, it was mostly just like hanging out with my girlfriends and like talking and playing with our guitars, you know, and like learning the lessons together, like how to scrum it together. It was fun. What and then I had like my friend, I have this great friend, but she was like in high school, she was like wild. She was like very wild. When I think of it today, like I don't even know, but she was like she ended up dropping out like that year, but she did come. The only class that she came to was guitar. Like so she would come to school all late because it was like an afternoon elective, and then she would hang out with me and my other friend. And then on the days when I had like photography class, when I had photography class after my guitar class, you know, when you're when you're in high school and you take these like fun electives after you've gotten all your credits. Yeah. She would come with me to and like work with me there and sometimes she would, you know, use the lab herself because, you know, the materials were all there, you know. So these were good times. But even if she did not take that class, but the teacher liked her. So I don't know. That was wild though. She was wild. She like ran away. I couldn't believe it because like her dad was so mellow. I remember running into him at like the local grocery store and he came up to me. He's like, "Do you know where she is?" And I was like, "No, I don't," because I didn't know where she was. I mean, I had like an idea of, you know, where she might, the area she might have went to, but like I hadn't heard from her at all. So I really had no idea like where she was because she just like went. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. It's okay. You don't know who she is, but like, yeah, that was, she was wild. I can't believe she came to school just to like have guitar class. I mean, but it was what she valued at the time, I suppose. Oh, that's nice. Terry got dripped today. Yeah, no, and she hitchhiked too. She and her boyfriend like hitchhiked. Okay, and you have to understand, I'm from Alaska, okay? So this is where we were living. She and her boyfriend at the time like came to the lower 48 and like hitchhiked from like across like several states and stuff. Like it was wild. When I think of it now, I'm like just kind of mind blown. She's amazing though. Like I'm still friends with her actually. We're still friends. Like I she's still someone in my life, you know. Um yeah, we even ended up like being roommates for a period of time as well. Like so like I have a lot of like love for her. She's like really cool. But yeah, she's still kind of wild when I think about it. She's an artist as well. Like and her art is very wild. Like she's still alive, amazing. Yeah, of course she is. Yeah, she's pretty healthy too. She lives a very healthy life, but she does, you know, she does also honor herself and you know her kind of wild nature. I think, which is you know, I think you know that's part of me too. Or getting back to order and chaos. Like I have a wild kind of nature. I understand that about myself, but it's been you know, I think that's part of what like drives me to seek thrills. You know, I'm not, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe I'm a bit feral or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just growing up where I did and like having the kind of freedom that I did. I don't know. Having that kind of like freedom and like just I don't know. Maybe intimacy with nature too. Like I feel like I grew up with a lot of intimacy with nature just because of, you know, being in Alaska and the places we lived and the the wilderness around you. It has an influence on you, I think. Um, and then I come and try to live like a civilized life and I can do it for the most part, but there's this like part of me that's just like yearning seeking my little thrills to satisfy that little wild nature. Thank goodness I keep them little, I guess. I guess that's all I can hope for. Like, just keep the thrills little, you know? Don't go for the big thrills, go for the little ones. Yeah, feral people are great. They still make wonderful pets. I adopted a feral cat like at one point. She was interesting. I did end up rehoming her just because she actually didn't get along with Nero, which is understandable because he's, especially when he was younger. Even now, he still has a lot of it in him, but when he was younger, he was just like so, his hunting instinct was like insane and it impacted like everyone, you know. Um, yeah, I guess you could say that. You could say that about him. I think that's why I like him too. You know, it's part of his nature that I bond with. He's a little bit testy. Like he's definitely, I don't know, we're well suited to one another, me and the cat. Because he's like, you know, I don't know. He's yeah. He when I think about it and think about like the struggles I had with him, like they are a mirror to me of like my own struggles with my life, you know, like being chaotic and then you know seeking order and like the process of domestication. I don't know what his story is because I just got him like as a kitten, found him really. I mean, I think he showed up in the kind of yard area. And yeah, I lived in this like, I don't know what you would call it. It was like a little, it was like a little complex, I guess, of cottages back when I was in Arizona. And yeah, there were feral cats. And yeah, he kind of showed up, but he wasn't one of their kittens. I think somebody like dropped him off or something. So he became my kitty. But yeah, he was something else. Very, very, very into fighting. And he even is still into fighting. We fight today. We fought this morning. Usually like it's just his hunting instinct is like strong. So he gets triggered and he with other cats especially like he also is he wants to be dominant and he wants to kind of be in charge and he yeah he and her just like fought all the time and it got ugly and she if she saw him even if he wasn't in that like fighting mood she would just like growl at him and it was we tried hormonal sprays and things to try and fix the problem like it was a mess but yeah. So anyway, she did find a better home with other cats that she got along with, you know, docile cats. And yeah, Nero has been okay being a solo cat, you know, especially because I'm here. So he gets stimulation and now he's gotten older, so he's less kind of into that anymore. Like he doesn't need the level of excitement that he used to. I guess he is learning how to live without the thrills as well. Maybe I should follow him. Okay. Well, this has been fun, but I am going to go because I have another engagement this evening. So I'll be back another time. Take care, and I'll see you again. Think about it chaos and order. I'm having trouble ending it, y'all. How embarrassing. I'm like, why can't I do